Luckily, our next speaker has arrived, and she's a former Swedish pop star, actually, now working as a designer in the area of jewelry, eyewear and glass, and opened a new store in New York last week.
No, will.
We will open
we will.
in the Meatpack district.
We will.
So
we will.
That's a big hand for Efva.
Please welcome Efva.
Okay, David, thank you for helping me with my my PowerPoint thing here. You sent me a film, and I said, no, I just want to click, and now you converted it. You found a way. Thank you. I'm not a hacker. I am Efva Attling. I'm born in Stockholm. I have a great thing with people. I had 4 sisters, which means that I was already trained for the big world, because sisters are not doing it for themselves always. Don't take my skirt. Well, if you take my skirt and you come with me, you stand quiet in a corner, and then don't say anything. Then you can have my skirt, but then you have to give me something. That's the first environment you actually get taught how the world is going to be outside your home. I think connecting with people is one of the biggest things with everything I've done, actually. And this was the first piece of jewelry I made, and that was when guys and girls could swap lessons. So the guys had to go in and sew clothes, and I could go in to do wood and metal. So this is a bracelet called the Swan. It comes up on the arm like this. I made it when I was 11. And that's really when I found out that I was going to work with metal. Anyway, for a while. At night, I was dancing. My father is a part-time jazz musician. So music was always the biggest connecting thing in our family. Humor and music, I would say. Anyway, at night I did this. I went only 9 years to school because I didn't really fit in there, I think. I didn't get the attention, probably. And so after 9 years in school, I was taken on as a silversmith pupil at one of the biggest or greatest silversmiths. He's also been working with Cooper-Hewitt, who was one of the greatest designers for Georg Jensen, a Swedish woman, knew Picasso and all. She was also married to a musician and an artist. Anyway, this is what I did at nighttime, earning $10 or something for like dancing a little bit with clothes. Very important. But I was discovered as a model by Eileen Ford, and a 12-year model career started, modeling career. But I wanted to be a pop star. So after like 11 years, I was, by coincidence, I went went to a restaurant in Milan. I was working in Milan at the time. And there was a group playing there every night. So after dinner, we go downstairs, and then the guy says, come up and sing. And so as I used to sing with my father on some occasions, I wasn't afraid of going up on stage. So I sang with them. And I also helped them to write English lyrics, because they all spoke Italian. I made a demo tape, and then I said, no, I want to quit modeling. I went back to Sweden. I called up my friend Benny Andersson, one of the Bs in ABBA, and I said, can you listen to this? I want to be a pop singer. And he says, oh, Efva, this sucks. No, you cannot be a singer. This is not good. Well, when I get a thing in my mind, I will definitely go through with it, even if I'm going to fall down, break something. I cry, and after I've cried, I think a new inspiring idea comes up, and then everything's dandy again. Anyway, I was determined to make this. I had the name of the group, you see, X-Models, right? X-Models. The guys you could see they've never been models. But anyway, we started this band. We wrote a lot of music together. And then I wrote this ballad, A Big Love, for my fiancé at the time, Niklas Strömstedt, also the father of my 2 children. And I wrote this love song called Two of Us. And EMI Records says, that's the song we're going to record. And the guys were grumpy, grumpy, grumpy. They didn't write the song, I did it, both lyrics and the music. But this became a really great hit. And at the time, this is a friend of mine. This was in 1981. In 74, we used to live together in Milan, Grace Jones. So when I came back to Sweden and wanted to sing, it was like, oh, another model who's going to sing. So for me, to have that hit record, selling 40,000 records, getting a gold record, it was for me to be respected by the boys. Because in rock and roll, it's a man's world, I'll tell you. This is last year with me and Grace, because now we hooked up again. It is really, really, really nice. That's my gold record. I'm so proud of it. After 4 LPs, it was LPs at the time. They started to make the CDs just before I quit singing. I had my own TV show. I was working as a fashion editor, and I was working with the models who said, I have to go at 5 o'clock because I'm going to silversmith class. And I said, hey, that was what I was going to be when I was like 16. So I picked it up again and I started to do jewelry. And after only 3 months, my friends started to buy my jewelry. And though I had been writing lyrics, I really wanted to connect with people because words connect with people, you know. And music is really like, you don't have to go to the psychologist. You just put a really good, sad record on and you cry out and then you can go to work again. Anyway, so I wanted to write things on my jewelry, and this was the first piece, nearly one of the first pieces. Homo sapiens. I divided the word Homo sapiens to say that we are all equal. And one person that really picked this was this girl, Madonna. And so she used it, and after a while, they called me and said, can she have another piece? And I said, well, I mean, it's cost $90. Okay, the girl hasn't, she hasn't got any money. I have to help her. Anyway, that was, of course, a big break for me in the jewelry business. I always look for words that I can connect with and that I can explain what I mean. Amor fati, the love for our destiny. For me, I get one life. This is my belief. I get one life. You cannot blame anyone else than yourself for sitting in the drive. It's you that sits in the driving seat. And it's really, you don't get another chance. I always think of Monty Python saying that. Vroom. What was that? That was your life. Do I get another one? Nope. That's amor fati for me. So it's really up to you, and you can do whatever. I know, I've done that. Well, human, that was also, Homo sapiens and human was the first pieces I made. And human is to get respect and to respect and to get respected. This is the first company I work with is down in Småland in Sweden, down south. And I still work with them. They're in Sävsjö, and I was just there to see all my old samples. I do eyewear for another company in Småland, Scandinavian Eyewear. And I've done that. Next year, it's 10 years. Another friend of mine, Björn Olveus. I was asked to do a cover for a pocket shop. This is a small pocket, I don't know if you have that in America, pocket books. And this is the girl with the dragon tattoo. They wanted to interact an artist with the author. And I don't actually, honestly, I don't read that much. I create things, but I don't read that much. But Stieg Larsson's books, they were really, really fantastic. And I cried. The third book, I knew it wasn't going to happen anymore because he was dead. I said, I can only do this book because I know exactly what I'm going to do. Have anyone read it? How many have not read it?
Everybody.
No, how many have not read it? Yeah, because this is the story. So it's the the cross, that it's really, you know, it's weighed down. It's about Harriet. It's about the flower that's being sent. It's about love. It's about S&M, and it's about the Bible and the old stories. So this is my contribution. It took 20 minutes, and this book was gone, and this was a limited one in 170 pieces. And recently I've done this piece for Expo, which Stig Larsson founded, and it's an anti-fascist foundation and a book and a magazine as well. And I was thinking of Janis Joplin. Take another little piece of my heart now, baby. But I thought we could give a little piece of our hearts as well. This is Tiden kommer, time will come. A very, very fantastic woman once told me, because I'm really like, oh, I'm so fast and so on. She says, you know, in the Western world, we say we lose time. We lose time. Oh, it's a pace all the time. And she says, in the Eastern world, people says, time will come, which is really like a laid-back feeling. And this is very important. So I made this watch. Time will come. And if the battery is not off, time will come. I was asked to do the Grammy Awards in Sweden, and I mean, there's so many friends of mine that has this piece, and this was a collaboration. I started a collaboration with Orrefors in down south in Sweden, Småland again, and this was a great challenge, of course, to work with crystal glass, but this piece is really, it was fun to do because it has to do with music. So if you know Robin, she's got 4 of these in January. And the black is the piano, what do you call it? The piano, yeah,
Keyboard.
Yeah. You see, so that is that. And then I was thinking of some skyscrapers in Stockholm, Hötorget, and then the star is in platinum inside the glass. And inside the glass here is a ring that says "From here to eternity." And this is some of my fine jewelry, and as I like to have a bit of humor in my life, otherwise I would die, I think. So this one is called Bend Over, and the diamonds are bent over, but I used to kid, it's like bend over and you might get it. I do a lot of wedding as well. Wedding rings, and this glass has a ring attached to it that you can detach. It's 36 diamonds around the ring, and when you buy this glass, which is quite expensive, but then you can detach it and it's a piece of jewelry. And also the tiara is the Garden of Eden, which is in silver. You're feeling that. I was asked to do for a company called Cliff Design. They work a lot with Volvo, and they said, can't you make a car? And I said, no, I cannot make a car. But it took 18 hours to make this car, and it's really cute. And this was an old kind of feeling of Bugatti and a modern way. Kom igen då. And this is the prototype, so it's never, you can't drive it, but it's a nice piece to have. Oh, sorry that my son has been here playing around. That's actually me and the king. I did a piece for his foundation for young entrepreneurs, and the king said, oh, I think it's too pointy, I don't think the queen will like it. And I said, well, and this is quite funny actually, because our king has been in, vad heter det, blåsväder. He's been in trouble for a little while. And I told him that this piece looks like this without his signature or his. I said, you can get stuck with each other when you hug, when you have this piece on. Kom igen.
Klicka istället här. So.
So it's like a pagoda, and this was when we worked. It should be the Scouts, which is the King's always been working with the Swedish Scouts, and then it was going to be vad heter det då? En sån här sak som man går ut med i skogen. Vad heter det?
Compass.
A compass, yeah. And then when it's finished, it's the emblem of the Swedish king. Jag gör sådär då. There's another queen. I'm one of the most selling jeweler in Scandinavia, and that's why I'm going here. I've also done this thing for Absolute, and I also done a jacket for another Swedish company. I used to do some design for H&M sometime in my life here. And that's the copy that Kapp-Ahl made of my jacket. I always done jewelry for men, actually, but the men didn't get it, so I had to book this guy first. This one, I mean, it's fun. Michael Persbrandt, who is a Swedish actor, and Sweden, he's worse than the king. He's a really bad guy. Our king is really great. But when the guys or the men in Sweden see Michael wears jewelry, they can wear jewelry as well. I also make all the photos. I don't actually take the photos, but I do my brochures. I pick the photographers, and I tell them how to do it. So that's one thing. I've always been interested in photography, of course. And this is Amor Vincit Omnia again. This is the perfect couple. One is round and one is a little bit square. That means that we can be together and we can accomplish each other. Listen to the heart of Tellus. Mother Earth is telling us to take care of her. This is Mother Earth in space. It's been up in space, this piece, actually, with Christoph Fuglesang. He had it with him. 2 years ago, my mother was getting really ill, and I went to the hospital and asked if I could take a fingerprint, because she is the mother's fingerprint is really the mother of everything, and it's such a life story, and this is called Lifeline. And it's a necklace and rings and things. And I have worked with the Red Cross for quite a while, and after the tsunami where I lost friends and friends lost their babies and wives, I was in Thailand and at the time, and I was really devastated, and I went back and I had to do something to give the Thai people back and to rebuild the schools and to get people back to work. And also I was thinking of all the children that didn't make it. And so I was thinking of these small wings, the angel wings, when boys and girls, they want to be angels. So I made a little angel, and I think we raised about $700,000, $750 with this little piece. And that I am really glad for that, but I'm also glad that people connect to each other wearing the piece. Because if you go into to the grocery store and you see someone else has the angel, you know you have something in common. When Meryl Streep was in Mamma Mia, she came to Stockholm. We had a really big party. It was really fun. And she had so many snaps. It was really, I think that a girl that could drink snaps, I could really communicate with. And Björn Ulvaeus gave her these earrings that are, I have a bigger version, rose petals. And this is a promotion picture that she took here in New York, so she really likes them. And this is our crown princess, also wearing the rose petals. I have two big things to look forward to. First, I'm going to open the store in New York in end of July, maybe. But I'm also working with China, and I'm doing Efva Attling for I Do, which is a jewelry company that concentrates on weddings and love, I would say. And So this is what they're going. My jewelry pieces are going to be in like 300 stores in China, and that's a very exciting thing, because in China we know that you can have one child and the next child costs this much money. So when I say I have 4 sisters, they must think my father is so rich. And well, he's not. He's rich with a lot of girls, of course, around him. But I think for me to come there and to tell the young people that me, myself, and I, this is really what you have to look into. You can do it. And you don't have to just be like, no, yes, I do your thing because you want to be that. Or the father or the mother said, I think you are destined to do this. Because I know that when you can boost young people to really believe in themselves, that is one thing that's really important. And that's why I think it's good for me to be in China, even though it's very controversial that I am there. This is a piece that we just make one and one. This is Crystal Rain. And I love this because my goldsmith, I don't do fine jewelry myself. I just draw it. She says, touch it and you die. And this is how it came out. So this is the Crystal Rain, which is rock crystal and white gold. And I've been working on this for 2 years, and it's the same as you saw before with the 2 rings, that one is square and one is round. And this is one of my I think biggest selling pieces, Carpe Diem. It's so simple and it's so hard. Because in this world, when we have all these computers and all the telephones, I mean, I have 2 here, 1 Swedish and 1 American, to seize the day, I mean, that's a challenge. And I think I'm really working at that, and time will come, like, take a deep breath. And so this is an important piece. And this is the same theme, memento vivere, remember to live, remember to live. This is the piece I have here, which is also, when I make these pieces, it's just one of a kind. And this is Pirate, but here I call it Kryptonite, of course. I need that now. And this is the store. We're going to open as soon as we get the DOB file and everything, which is quite a mess here. But that's in meat packing. One of the things I haven't done was to be a film star or whatever, so we had to make a film of me. So we followed me how to make in the whole process of making a piece of jewelry. And I was followed, I had an accident, I was followed in the hospital, every day in 9 months time. And then we made 25 minutes of this. And we had an interactive thing on the net, so every 5 weeks we let it out on our website. So people could follow this and they could then come and see the film. So we had a big premiere. How long was that?
Perfect.
I mean, you are on a fantastic journey, obviously, like life is, and it's going fast, as I understand. Beauty with a thought. Could you tell me a bit more about that? How you came up with the idea, beauty with a thought, because that's maybe very special.
Yeah, I mean, all my pieces of jewelry are my babies, but I like to connect with people. So, I mean, if you sit at a coffee shop or in a bar or whatever, and someone says, hey, does it say something on your ring? And then they say, yeah, well, it says this, and that's what I stand for. And then they start to speak, and then big love, and then babies and new customers. No.
So you mean the jewelry becomes a conversation piece that connects people together?
Yeah, definitely. I think
talked about the wings, as you saw for the tsunami.
Yeah.
So the basic idea is that connect through.
Words are so important and so beautiful, I think. So, I mean, that's also what I think, beauty with a thought, because it's a nice piece. Maybe, oh, it's a nice piece of jewelry, but if you have a meaning behind it, it's even better.
Yeah.
I think. I have now a piece, I thought I had it here, but it's a piece of rock crystal, and inside I've stamped define normal. And I mean, that could be a whole night of conversations.
What is normal, yeah.
Yeah, define normal, yeah.
Fantastic. A big hand for Efva. Thank
Thank
you so
you.
much.